welcome. This is Ayana Lahi, and I am so very happy that you're here with me in this week's episode of Be One, Be You. We are diving into the theme, I trust you because I trust you because I've learned to trust myself. I trust you because you show up. There's no facade. You're real. You're not hiding behind a behavior. You're not trying to entertain me all the time. And you're definitely not trying to pull me out of myself. You're letting me be here with me, in me. I trust you because the part of me that is always taking care of me, it's always showing up. This part of me watches over me. It makes me feel like I'm really important to me. You see, I know what it feels like to not really be cared for. So I had to learn how to care for me, so I'm sharing this with you so that you can really care for you. When you really pay attention to what that you inside is trying to say to you, trying to wake you up, trying to shake you up, trying to be a friend, trying to make sure that you make the right decisions and take the right steps for yourself. When you start really honoring it, it's going to hang around. And when you honor that voice inside, who's really a real live being, that's for you. It's really you. And it might say, hey, you don't have to take on this stuff. It's not yours. It's someone else's. Or you don't have to take this. Don't let anybody treat you this way. You're worth a whole lot more because you are love. So don't let anybody else give you a runaround or say things to you to just pump you up or pull you down. You are the guide of your life. And the magical guide within inside of you is the one that will always tell you if you're on track, if your decisions are keeping you on track. If you get really quiet inside, you'll have this feeling and everything gets still inside. And for some of you, you'll feel the stillness within inside of all the movement, all the motion. Because there's so much energy moving through you and that you feel in life. There's a pillar of strength within you. And you look for this pillar, you sense it through your inner eye. Your inner eye, through your heart. And the way you find that inner eye in your heart is you go from being in your head and you drop down along elevator shaft corridor into your heart. And you practice seeing through those magical eyes in your heart. It's very subtle. And then once you hit your heart, you hang around in there and you start seeing yourself from your heart. And when you see yourself from your heart, you can begin to really trust yourself. Because you'll see things inside of you that are not fully emerged yet. They haven't hatched out of their incubator inside. The you that's inside is naturally connected to truth. I trust you because you live from your truth. I trust me because I'm living in the truth that I am. I'm always fine-tuning it. And no matter where I am presently, physically, I am trusting me. No matter what location you're in, trust your connection with seeing through your heart. When you decide to drop your vices and you stop using a vice, meaning another pair of eyeballs other than your own, when you drop that need to have something else come into your body or your mind, but they're one, your body, mind, to alter yourself because you don't trust yourself, you postpone your own awakening and self-realization. The universe is always giving you information. It's always infusing you with the right ingredients. Your senses feel, hear, know, intuit, see. Your senses are already one with the truth when you give yourself the space to just be exactly real with what's coming through you, what is the input into you. So you strip off the layers that you use to look good, act like you know what you're doing, you're likable, you're cool. You strip them off and you choose to get really real with yourself. Most of us have had so many layers on in our life because we didn't trust or believe that who we were is really good enough, important enough, worthy enough. You couldn't really make others really happy and be really smart enough. Or maybe you identified with being so smart that the rest of you kind of went to sleep. If you choose to unnumb yourself and let go of anything that you might be using to numb yourself, pay attention to what you do to numb yourself. Check out, avoid, bypass. What happens is you lose trust with you. Because inside of you is the source of infinite intelligence. Because the intelligence is what you're made of. Because the universe is intelligent. Look at it. It knows. It knows. It just knows. When you look in the universe, you see amazing photographs of outer space. It's like, you go, wow, it's incredible. What about that knowing, that interaction with your own self? There's always a reason for everything happening within inside of yourself. Every response, every reaction is coming from you trusting and knowing what the truth is in the moment, or it's coming from past pain that hasn't been dealt with, that has been pushed down, and that is hiding inside of you. When you open the door and release your hold upon your feeling self, and you check out, you really get to know and feel what you really felt in a situation in your past, and you give yourself the opportunity to really know it, and then you go through that feeling into who you really are. And that who you really are is the one that you want to trust. There's the one that you really are and that you is reliable, dependable, kind, clear, strong, and powerful. When you break everything down, you break down all the defenses and resistances that us humans have. What you find is fear. The fear of trusting is huge. What we do as humans is we shut down our heart. And you know what that feels like when you shut down your heart. You can be a real pain in the ass to be around because you're not really showing up. You're not really truthful. You're living in self-condemnation, self-judgment, self-indictment for your truth. And once you open up to your truth and you pay attention to the stories that you've told yourself about your life circumstances, and you drop the story, you give yourself freedom. You step out of your own jail cell of living in fourth dimension, 4D, living in duality, where there's always an opposite, where there's always a sorrow to your happiness. Like opera, drama, when you really know tension in a story, you keep the viewer connected in. When you see how you play against yourself and you don't listen to your inner voice, for instance, you realize that you are working against yourself and you're leaving your trust relationship. Some of you had parents who you could really trust. Others of you had parents or a parent you couldn't. And so you may have found yourself in relationships and situations that weren't really so great for you. When you turn and you face the you that really has something to say, the you that waits for you. It waits for you to return, to come back to it. What happens is you deepen your trust relationship. Someone could say to you, wow, that's really, really great for you to do, but inside yourself you're feeling, no, that's not right for me. But you trust yourself. And the trust originally begins and began in your life by mistrusting your own intuitive feel in your body, where you had that inner sense that something was trying to communicate to you. So when you listen and you give yourself the space to trust what you hear, what you feel, what you receive, you're giving yourself permission to be in relationship with you. And once you're in relationship with you, you can create a solid relationship with someone else. We all have our pain points in relationship. Some pain points are you've had your heart open to your partner and they get so wrapped up in their own emotions, their own fears, their own angers, what they don't have in their life, things not working out. That they abandon the connection and they go live in their own inner world, their inner space, and your heart just starts aching. That's a pain point. Another pain point is you're really sharing what you really feel with someone that you're in deep relationship with, someone special to you, and they can't listen. They can't even take it in. It hurts. It's a pain point. You lose trust in that moment. You know why they can't hear you? Because they're not hearing themselves. Or you're in a situation, many of you have had this happen, where someone just can't see who you are. They just can't relate to you. They just don't get who you are. Because you're out of their comfort zone. You're out of their perception field. They live in their universe, whether it's based upon being connected and open or shut and judgmental. Whatever that is, whatever choice they make, what's important is that you see you. You want to see the part of you that wasn't seen. You want to engage and connect with the part of you that really, really, really wasn't seen when you were a kid. And I want to invite you to see him or her and see everything about them, from their sorrow or their pain, their sadness. And seeing that underlying joy that lights up in their eyes when you look at them. You go, I am back for you. I'm coming back. I'm here for you. I'm back. I'm here. And you ask them, do you trust me? And your inner self, whether it appears as masculine or feminine, says to you, no way, you have abandoned me so many times. There's no way I'm going to trust you. And then you'll say, well, what do I need to do for you to trust me? They'll say, I need you to show up. So a few times a day, you want to show up. And you want to take them in to your body. You want to take them into your lower belly. And your lower belly there between your navel and your pubic bone is your lower belly. It's your emotional, personal power, creative power, and life force energies. You want to take in to you, into that solar plexus that I love to talk about with you, because once you come into your solar plexus, you grok in, you create that connection that's solid, and you're in your body. And so when you are present in you, in your body, your solar plexus, your lower belly, you have a foundational place to come into that you can check into, like you're checking into a hotel room. That's your space. It's your room. It's that place of trust. And when you connect into your solar plexus in your lower belly and you're thinking about if something's right for you and it doesn't feel right, that's when you want to listen, so you can really create trust. I trust you because I trust me. I trust the impulses within me. They're communicating. And I am not creating choices and making decisions about things that are going to hurt me, because I'm taking care of me. I love myself enough. I want you to love yourself enough. I want you to really choose the love within inside of you and trust you and develop that connection and that relationship so that you can create relationships with others based upon genuine trust, where you're not setting yourself up to be ABR, abandoned, betrayed, rejected, because you are no longer abandoning, betraying, or rejecting you. You're honoring you. I hold this love for you as you deepen your trust with you. I'd love to invite you to check out my website, ayanalahi.com, IANALAHI.com. Go check out the Spirit Gateways Deepenings mini courses. Go deeper. I go into great depth in all of the Deepenings mini courses and the Deepenings courses and signature programs about creating that perfect relationship with the source of who you are. Holding you in great love. Thank you so very much for joining with me And I look forward to us being together again next week. Sending you all my love. This is Ayana Leahy.